Hutchinson, and thank you for letting me to come and speak at Norwich School today. My background is I'm a consultant orthopaedic surgeon at the North Norwich Hospital, and I have been for the last 17 years. My main area of interest is working with people that have orthopaedic problems related to chronic conditions and neurodisability problems. So people after stroke, Parkinson's, children with cerebral palsy, spina bifida, or other problems that they're sometimes born with. About 5 years ago, I co-founded an organisation called Able to Be with my co-founder John Thaxton, who's a former British and European boxing champion. The reasons I did that was I recognised my surgery did very, very little for the person on their own. What they needed was a holistic approach to be able to make the best of their body by building on strength and endurance in order to get the best outcome from the surgery I'd done. Over 5 years, what was one class for a few children after school has built into over 350 clients a week in a specialised gym here in Norwich. One of my frustrations, and the reasons I've come to speak to you today, is we run an event called Discover Your Ability. I work with children who are transitioning into young adults, and even when I get that child or young adult as good as we can get them to leave the school setting, they're going out into society and suffering perceptions and ideas about who they are that means they can't make the most of themselves. I'm not going to pick on anyone, but what I want you to just do for a minute is think about, someone asks you to say what is disability, I want you to just have a think about how you would explain that to another person. Now, when I ask that question, I get a variety of things. Sometimes I get things like a person who can't do what I do, or a person who has problems with whatever. When we talk about feelings, it's often, oh, it must be really bad to be like that. They're all negative comments about disability, and that just isn't true. If you look at the Paralympics and other things, you can see that anybody, whatever their ability, can be extremely successful. And that applies to everyone in this room and everybody out there in society. You can always make yourself the best person you can be. And if people with disabilities are given the opportunities to do that, they can actually function extremely well, and actually as well as a lot of people who don't have the same chronic conditions and disabilities. So I put it to you and to everyone, because I've done it as well, that sometimes we perceive the person in front of us as being able to do something that might not actually be the reality. So what Discover Your Ability is, it's about pairing people up so that you can get to understand, firstly, what the difficulties may be, but also what their strengths are. So what we do each school year is we pair up a mainstream school child with someone with special education needs. You come along to our gym in a fun way, do 3 sessions that are about team building, both as a pair, but also as a whole team. And then in June, down on your lower school fields, we complete a challenge. We give each pair a challenge, and it's about understanding how as a pair you are going to succeed in that challenge, using each other's strengths. This year, Norwich School have come up with some ideas which I'm going to let the pupils speak to you about how the school can get involved. But it's a hugely fun event. It's our biggest event of our year as Able to Be, and it helps us raise money to do the work that we do through the year. So it's hugely important to us, but more importantly, it's a massive visual spectacle of how we can all work together, whatever our differences. So on that note, I'm going to hand over to people who have been involved before to talk to you about how we're going to make that work this year, working together.
This year, Norwich School are continuing our work with Able to Be by hosting the annual Discover Your Ability Day. To prepare for this event, pupils sign up and take part in 3 training sessions at the Able to Be gym in March, May and June. The final event will take place on Sunday the 22nd of June in the grounds of Norwich Lower School. As this is a family event, friends and family can also volunteer as marshals and route guides, or just to come and watch.
Discover Your Ability Day is a fantastic opportunity to help out in the local community, as well as gaining valuable skills. This is a highly inspirational charity event, so pupils are encouraged to take part in any way that they can. Additionally, Taking part in the training sessions and final event can count towards volunteering hours for anyone doing the League of Edinburgh Award. We have the following house ambassadors who will be open for any questions regarding the event. Nick Conway from Brook, Nova from Cook, Poppy Scott from Seagram, Lily Mintz from Nelson, Mia Scarborough from Parker, Meg from Repton, Phoebe from school, and Daisy from Valby. The goal this year is to make it bigger and better than last year, so any questions regarding sign up, please speak to your house ambassador.